Welcome to tonight's episode of Beyond Focus TV. I'm your host, Lydia Patel, and as always, I have a very special guest for you. She goes by the name of McClymont. She's the Executive Director of the Flatbush Nostrand bid, and she'll be giving you all the details coming up right here. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Beyond Focus TV allows you to discuss contemporary topics affecting the Caribbean people on both a national and local level. The show features informed guests who offer insight, debate, and evaluate various issues. Beyond Focus TV builds on the station's mission to provide useful information to the Caribbean people in New York and abroad. Beyond Focus TV, where our viewing audience can get educated, informed, and empowered.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Miles, and I am Miss Caribbean United States 2013, and you're watching Beyond Focus TV.
Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm your host, Lydia Patel. And like I said, I have a very special guest for the evening, McClymont. She is the Executive Director of the Flatbush Nostrand bid. We all call it the Junction. Michelle, welcome to Beyond Focus TV.
Thank you, Lydia. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. How do you feel to be a part of something that's one of the hot spots in Brooklyn? I mean, if you're a Brooklynite, especially on this side, you definitely know the Junction.
Exactly. It's great because it's one of those places that you come across so many people,
Yes.
and they say, oh, I went to school in the Junction. Oh, I take the train to the Junction. So everyone has some sort of connection with the Junction. So it's a great feeling to be a part of the revitalization of it.
It's amazing. It truly is. It's changed so much, and we'll get to that a little bit later on in the program. But why don't we talk about what the bid is? For our viewers at home who may not be familiar, you hear the term bid, and bid actually stands for Business Improvement District.
Yes, yes.
So let's talk about what the bid is.
Okay. So just a little history about bids.
Yes.
Business improvement districts, they are, just for everyone's knowledge, there are 69 business improvement districts in New York City, and 23 of them are in Brooklyn. And Flatbush Nostrand Junction is actually a business improvement district. They range in sizes based upon the budget. Now, the way that these are all nonprofit organizations, and the way that they survive are based on the property owners paying additional taxes in order to keep these businesses and the district thriving. So everything that is paid for within that district, as far as maintenance of the streets and any additional security or anything like that that we need, it comes from the budget for additional taxes from the particular property owners.
So it's safe to say that the bid is almost a little bit private to a certain degree because, like you were saying, it comes from the personal businesses themselves who decide to opt in to pay additional taxes.
Exactly.
And at the end of the program, we'll get a list of some of those stores because you may want to support those stores.
Oh, of course. You have
a little
to support,
more.
You have to support those.
If they're trying to keep the bid running, I think that's something very, very good. So you talked about how the bid works, but what is your role? And you're the executive director. So what does that really mean? Describe a day working.
Oh, gosh.
A little bit of the madness.
So as an executive director, every day is basically a different day, to tell you the truth. And you just have to think of it as, I always say the state senator has a district and the council member has the district within that. And an executive director of a bid has a district within that. Whereas I keep a relationship with the police department, with the community board, with elected officials, have to go out day to day, and every day is different. You go out and see business owners, if there are issues, if there are things that are stopping them from having productive businesses. Maybe, for instance, I can give you an example.
Absolutely.
In the Junction, we have Brooklyn College, we have Midwood High School, we have an elementary school, and it's actually a transportation hub.
Yes.
So a typical 3 o'clock day in the middle of a school year gets a little crazy because everyone's out of school, the kids are a little restless, everyone's getting on their trains and things like that.
Yeah.
So those are things where we have to make sure we have enough security around, we have enough police, we have things that can help people feel safe and not, it can be overwhelming when there's so many kids running to the fast food places and things like that.
And that's so true because I've been to the Junction thousands of times around 5 o'clock trying to get on a train, getting on a dollar van, you're heading towards the plaza.
Yes.
And it does get overwhelming.
Yes.
There's kids crossing the street. Everyone's trying to order something. It's a lot.
Exactly.
And you talked about something that's really a good point where you said hinder businesses sometimes.
Yes.
When it's not fully set up in a way that they could be productive.
Exactly.
So if they have those concerns, that's something they could bring to the bid.
That's something they can bring to the bid. But we also do, so our main concern is clean and safe, because if you don't have a clean and safe neighborhood, people are not going to come and shop there. And that's the whole concern of a bid, to let people come into the district, people that are, a lot of us spend our money outside of the district, and we travel and go different places, to restaurants, to even to beauty products. We're trying to let people stay in the district and buy your products there, eat, have fun in that particular area. So we also do, at the bid, we are able to apply for grants. For instance, we applied for a grant and got a grant that actually got new. If you've been in the Junction lately, you've seen new sidewalks, new benches, new trees, new lamp posts. Those are the things that we do. I actually started a sponsored banner program where we have banners hanging from those light poles. There's a lot of things that people don't notice on an everyday basis.
Yeah, because we're just in the hustle and bustle of it.
So there are banners hanging with our logo on it, and with businesses at the bottom of that banner to actually advertise those businesses. If you've ever noticed that we now have new trash receptacles, we have prettier ones. So those are the things that we look at, the little changes that can make a difference in the district for people to come out and say, oh, I see things are changing.
Absolutely. How has the bid changed, and how has the Junction changed for someone like myself? I know the area very well, but for our viewers, let's talk about the positive things that have been done.
Yeah. I think the district is a lot safer. I feel like it is a lot safer. Because we have a great relationship with the police department, I have to say the 70th Precinct. They are wonderful, the Community Affairs Department. And we have a great relationship with them, that they make sure we have enough officers on the street, people feel safe. We have a maintenance company that comes out and cleans the streets 7 days a week. So we do have the regular New York City sanitation. However, we have our guys come out, sweep the streets and clean the streets 7 days a week. So that's a big difference. So our streets are a lot cleaner, a lot safer. Like I said, we have the new sidewalks. We actually, right now in the middle, are putting up a few murals. 2 went up like last week. We have another one on its way. We have some great, exciting things I'll tell you a little bit later.
Absolutely.
That's going to happen. But, those are the things that's changing. We just had a festival on Flatbush, which was never done before. We were able to close off the street and have a family fun day, and everyone had a great time.
Do you ever get feedback directly from either business owners, people, comments about the Junction and the new direction that it's going?
I do, but it's funny. So people are people. So a lot of times you always hear the negative as opposed to the positive. But the positive feedback, believe it or not, are from individuals outside of the district that will say, hey, I've come to the Junction and I've seen a change, and I feel like things are looking better, things are looking good. So sometimes when we're so in the middle of the thick of things, we don't notice the changes. But now that I see the people from outside the Junction saying, hey, things look different, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. We know we're moving in the right direction.
Absolutely. Hold that thought. We'll be right back. You're tuned into Beyond Focus TV, and my guest for the evening is Michelle McClymont. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, and I'm sitting down here with Michelle McClymont. We're talking about the Flatbush Junction bid, the Business Improvement District. If you've been to Flatbush, if you've been to the end of the 2 and the 5 train, where everything, I call that the hub. That's a nucleus, because you have everything pretty much at the Junction.
Yes. Everything is there.
Everything, at least one of everything.
Yes, we have everything.
You got a Rite Aid, you got a Wayne Reed, you got McDonald's, you got a Burger King, you got Chase, you got Bank of America.
Yes. And we have one of the country's largest Targets.
Yes.
So we have a little bit of everything. But there are still some businesses that we do we're looking to bring new businesses to the area, things that we don't have and things where we as individuals leave this district to go and spend our money in other areas. So we want, as a community, to keep those dollars
Absolutely.
here.
Let's talk about Target a little bit, because
Okay.
that's one of the big reasons why a lot of people will come to the Junction.
Right.
If you don't go to this one, you're either forced to go to Atlantic Mall,
Right.
which for some people that may be a little bit of a stretch.
Mhm.
So they prefer to come to this one. Was it harder to try to acquire that Target? Was it prime location when you decided to get Target on board and they chose that spot? That's prime realty right there. Was that a difficult choice for Target to choose that location?
No, well, the thing about we call those the big guys, right? So the thing about the big guys, they have the funding as opposed to small businesses to do a lot of studies and to kind of know demographics and retail leakage and all that stuff. And they have that money where they do tons and tons of research and say, okay, this is where we want to be, and this is where it's going to be lucrative for us. So they made that decision, which is great, and we definitely welcome them with open arms because we want them to come there. But it's also it's kind of hard on the bid side of it because we always try to keep a balance between the big guys and the smaller businesses that are there and that's been there for years, and to ensure that they kind of stay up to par with a place like a Target. You know, you want them to, for, let's say, bath goods, you may, first thing, the younger generation, we think of, oh, let's go to Target because we know that they have what we want. But still, we may want that special one-on-one boutique type feel. Yes. So we try to make sure that these smaller mom and pops know that you're not out of the game. You just got to keep up in your own way, and you'll still have that customer base.
Absolutely, and you also want to make sure that they feel that they're not drowned out.
Exactly.
It's easy to get drowned out by conglomerates and major corporations when you're just a smaller business or a little restaurant and you're right next to a McDonald's.
Yeah.
But it's two different types. It depends what you're offering.
Exactly. And part of the bid is to actually help these businesses with things like social media, help them with any sort of marketing that they need. Things such as visual merchandising, where it's just as simple as the way you set things up in your window, which will make someone stop and say, hey, what's that? Let me go inside and see what's going on there. Your signage, a lot of times people let the signs hang on for years. Oh, people will come in. They know what store this is. Like, no. You want new customers because after a while, people move and they age, and the elderly may start sending a younger person out, and the younger person's going, oh, I'm going to Target, So you got to keep those things going. It's the Junction where you have at least 62,000 cars coming through there on a daily basis. So you want people to see it and say, yeah, that looks interesting. Next time I'm here, I'll stop. Or next time I'm at Target, they don't have what I want, I'll walk down a block or two to get what I need.
So that's good that if you are part of the bid and you do decide to pay a little bit extra, be a part of it, be a part of that, that's one of the services that you can actually get some help on.
Yes.
If you want signage, if you want to improve any of those things. So the smaller businesses can get that little one-on-one attention and basically how to survive.
Exactly.
And do better.
Exactly. And I can be honest and say the challenge is a lot of people have been in businesses for years and are so used to doing business. There's some business owners who feel, hey, I'm in the Junction. So what else do I need? What else marketing?
Why do I have to advertise?
Right, exactly. Why do I need this Facebook thing that my child is on? Or, they just don't get it and I always say, your child is on Facebook, but you're on Facebook. It's two different types of
and acquiring new customer base.
Exactly.
You always want to expand your customer base.
Yeah, and they have to keep up with that, and that makes that elderly crowd a little bit, they're reluctant to do that. They're reluctant to have a lot of their business out there, and they're relying on their same customer base for years.
Online menus, big things.
Yes.
Everybody wants to be able to check it from their phone.
Yes.
Because if I'm on my way to the Junction, I want to make sure, I may be with a friend, and they want to see it. We don't want to get all the way there to see that they don't have.
Exactly.
You have to keep up with that. So it's something that's very, very good. I'm actually like that you all work with the smaller businesses.
Yes.
To get that going, because a lot of times these independent businesses, they may not have a Facebook page. They may not they don't understand you don't even have to build a full-out website anymore.
Right. You don't. You
Your
can
Facebook page could
Yes.
be up to par, uploaded every
Yes.
day with customer pictures, eating the food
Yes.
and having a good time in the junction.
Exactly.
And that could work.
Exactly. I was just with a nail salon owner the other day, and she just started someone in her store started an Instagram. I said, perfect. That's all you really need. If you don't want to do anything else, at least that's a start. You know, a lot of people, and especially younger kids that are getting their nails done and things like that, they're on Instagram all the time.
I do look to Instagram to see nail ideas.
Yes,
I do.
right, exactly. And if you find out it's right in your neighborhood, why not go there? It's that simple. It really is.
That is really, really good. So what are the types of businesses that are targeted right now in terms of the attraction of who you want to have a part of the bid?
Okay, so well, I'll tell you a little bit about a grant that we received. So we received a grant from Department of Small Business Services, which is an Avenue NYC grant, $25,000 grant, and it's for business attraction. So we noticed that in part of the junction there is one block that has most of the vacancies. So it says it has about 9 vacancies on that one particular block, and it's more of a quiet little area. But it'll be perfect for hey, a restaurant row or flower shops and things of that nature. So we actually partnered with a marketing group who did a study and looked at what within a 0.25 mile radius of what businesses are needed and where people are spending their money. So things such as sit-down restaurants, we really don't have. We have Applebee's.
God, Footprints Express.
I know. Footprints Express is right outside of our district, which is funny. And D Savannah Bar and Lounge is in our district, and D Savannah is probably the one and only sit-down restaurant within our district. And it would be great to have additional, and we also have Ashoka Grill, which is an Indian restaurant as well. But it would be great to have a little bit more sit-down restaurants where people can come shop and still sit down and have a decent meal. We also have Brooklyn College in our district, and we don't have a lot of businesses that caters to the college students, because the way the district is set up, when the students get off the train, they go straight to the campus.
Time to go.
It's straight to the campus, straight to the train, straight to the campus, straight to the train.
Well, hold
without
that thought.
venturing out.
Hold that thought. We'll be right back. I've got Michelle McClymont talking about the Flatbush Avenue bid right here on Beyond Focus TV.
My name is Stephanie Miles, and I am Miss Caribbean United States 2013, and you're watching Beyond Focus TV.
Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, sitting down here with Michelle McClymont, the Executive Director of the Flatbush Nostrand bid, commonly known as the Junction, as we all like to call it. Now, we left off talking about the different businesses. We were saying about getting more sit-down restaurants. Is there particular, are you able to tell us that little avenue? Or are you?
No, I can, because we would love to get more people here.
Perfect.
So it's actually the block on Flatbush Avenue between Farragut and Glenwood. That's where we have a lot of our vacancies.
Yeah.
And it would be great for sit-down restaurants, a flower shop. I'm so ashamed to say we don't have a flower shop right in the middle of the district.
Block.
Exactly.
It's really nice.
Yes.
If you're going to have something cozy, you go and shop,
Yes.
and then you can just kind of,
Yeah.
you're really close. You're in the cusp of the junction, of
Yes,
course. You're there,
you are.
but it's still a little more private.
Yeah, and it's a little more private. It'll be a great place for students, because we do have a Starbucks in our district, but that's Starbucks. So if there was a nice little cafe which had Wi-Fi where students can kind of curl up and study, that's something that we need in the area as well.
And the Starbucks is kind of nestled like in its own
Yeah.
little. It's not street.
It's
not
right.
street view.
So the Starbucks is basically for students. I almost say that because it's right across from the campus, and
it's only students in
yeah,
there.
depending on how you utilize the junction, you don't even know it's there.
Yeah. I've had, and it's funny because I've told a friend of mine, I said I'm going to Starbucks. She's like, where? And I'm like, the Junction. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm like, you didn't know. Right next to the Quiznos. It's like right there.
Yeah, yeah.
But a lot of people, it's not targeted for the masses.
Right.
I guess how they advertise and brand themselves is really just more locals for school.
For the school. And you know, they're successful in that area, of course. And if you want Starbucks, you'll find Starbucks.
You will find your Starbucks. But if you want something else, you got everything else too.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the surprises that we have for 2015, 2016, because we love surprises. We love letting out secrets first and letting people know right here first on Beyond Focus TV. So what are some of the things coming up for the Junction?
Okay, I'll let a little thing out the bag. So just as of last week, I partnered with Walk NYC, which is a company that is basically, and if you've gone to different areas within Brooklyn, you've seen they're now putting up these standing maps and kiosks of the neighborhood, and you can get to come up to these statues that are in the streets itself and see what's around the neighborhood and how to get here, there, Barclays Center, wherever all the important points of interest are on those maps. So we are getting a few in the Junction. And what I'm excited about, so this is the exciting thing for me, is so a few of the bus stops, we're going to have them, and then there's real time for the buses, so they'll tell you the bus how far it is, you have to wait 10 minutes, 7 minutes.
It's always going to be delayed because the Junction and traffic on Flatbush.
Exactly. So you'll know, should I take the bus, should I take the subway? I'm at the Junction. So I'm excited about that because I feel that will help.
That would help
a lot. Yeah, that will help tremendously. So I'm excited about that. That's coming very soon.
That 41, whether it's the limited or the regular. I love it, but
exactly.
Dollar vans are my friend.
exactly. So we have those great things coming up. We also have, trying to think what else. Well, we have a few things that we started this year, which are going to be in repeat of next year, and which are going to be bigger and better. So like weekend walks is something that I mentioned before that we had. That was the first time we had it in the district. And it literally is a day where we close off the street, that same street, Flatbush, between Glenwood and Farragut. And weekend walks is a partnership with Department of Transportation, where it's not a typical street fair where people go out and buy things. It's a street fair for people to imagine if the streets were closed and there were no cars, what would you do with this space? How would the community get together? What would you do?
That's
what
great.
Would be going on? So it was so much fun because what I did, there's no money that can be exchanged. So what I did was made sure that we paid for anything in advance. So we had the bouncy houses for the kids. We had arts and crafts for the kids. We had roast corn that we paid for beforehand, so everyone got free roast corn. And it was actually the last day of the World Cup. So we played the World Cup. And it was just a great day. And those are great events where we had marching bands and performers come out. So those are things that we definitely want to continue for the coming years. Also, an event that we did last year, we didn't do it this year, but hope to continue it next year, is called A Taste of the Junction. And it's basically a rooftop event that we hold in Brooklyn College. And it's to get, even though we don't have those sit-down restaurants, it's to promote our takeout restaurants. We have great jerk chicken. We have great, great Caribbean food. And just to get them all in a room and invited lots of individuals who are not in this area, who understand, I may go to Target, but I may not venture out to eat, in the district. I may be shopping. Sometimes you're out shopping and say, okay, I'm going to stop at such and such before I get home because I don't feel like cooking. Well, if you're in the Junction shopping at Target, you can come outside, and these are great places. There. Exactly. So that's an event that allows individuals to see what's in the area food-wise, and to kind of get a taste of, and also try to have at least 2 or 3 individuals who are not particularly located in the Junction, but you can get to their restaurants from the Junction. So that was a cute little twist to it too. So
that is really good.
So it's awesome.
How do people get in contact with you? Before we run out of time, I want to make sure that we get your contact information. How can we reach out to you?
Okay, you can email me at info@flatbushjunctionbid.com.
All right, so info@flatbushjunctionbid.com. Is there a website, social media?
Yes, the website is flatbushjunctionbid.com. I'm sorry, flatbushjunctionbid@yahoo.com is how you can get in touch with us via email. Flatbushjunctionbid.com is basically our website.
The
That's our
website, and you can get in contact.
Yeah.
You will view everything. It's a very well put together website. You'll get to see a list of all the stores. They break it down into several categories. You see everything from beauty supply, a list,
Yes.
shopping, a list,
Yes.
food stores. So everything is there.
Yes. And also we have a Twitter account, which I'm trying to manage as much as possible. It's Flatbush Junction Bid. You can tweet
Send
to
us some tweets if
yes.
you're shopping. Send a tweet.
Yes, exactly.
Send a tweet, and a hashtag Beyond Focus TV as well. If you're out shopping, I'm going to actually do that next time I'm at the Junction tomorrow.
Thank you.
I'll get to do that.
Thank
well,
you.
Michelle,
Thank you.
it's been such a pleasure. We're out of time for the evening, but we'll have you back again.
Thank you.
Because I want to talk about some of the other projects that are coming up, as well as some of the new stories you may have, and just get an update on everybody and let them know to come out and support the Flatbush Avenue Junction.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Michelle McClymont, thank you so much for joining us right here on Beyond Focus TV. Join us again next week, same time, same place. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Beyond Focus TV show wants and needs your feedback. Did we blunder? Please let us know so we can improve. Was the show helpful to you? Drop us a note so we can share the success with our staff members. Is there something you think we could do better? We welcome new ideas and new approaches to old ideas. Do you have a great suggestion? Let us know and we'll work on it. If you would like to share your comments anonymously, please send us an email at info@beyondfocusmedia.com. If you want to get in touch with the executive producer directly, send him an email at gene@beyondfocusmedia.com. We really look forward to hearing from you.